WWE has made a big mistake with Liv Morgan. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what that mistake is, why they went wrong, and how they can correct it. Because Liv Morgan 2024 has been a banger of a year, returning at the Women's Royal Rumble, coming back, declaring the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour, going into a feud with Becky Lynch, falling short in that feud, only to miss WrestleMania, then go into a feud with Rhea Ripley for a week, injuring Rhea Ripley, going back into a program with Becky Lynch, winning the Women's World Championship, and then, oh, by the way, setting the world on fire because Liv Morgan has been on the forefront of WWE television. And for the most part, WWE and Triple H, well, they've booked Liv Morgan very strongly. Unfortunately, though, they made a big boo-boo because Liv Morgan, for the last several months, has been enriched with a storyline, a feud that has changed the course of her career, and that was against Rhea Ripley. All right, they did their SummerSlam match. She got Dominic to come over to the quote-unquote dark side by aligning with her. Then she goes and she works a mixed tag team match at Bash in Berlin. Her and Dominic put over Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. And then we have Bad Blood. Ooh. That match sucked because Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, they did not have a very good match. But there was a shining, bright moment. It was the reemergence of Raquel Rodriguez, pairing her with Liv Morgan as her heavy, as her bodyguard. Brilliant. Brilliant. It protects Liv, it adds to the storyline with her and Rhea, and it gives Raquel something to do, hopefully getting her over in the process. However, as we all know, Rhea, well, she had been sidelined with a broken orbital bone. She's got a mask now. Everything's going to be fine. However, in the process, they crowned a new number one contender. And they had Io Sky fill that role. Io Sky, look, she's a former women's champion, obviously. A notable name on the roster. Someone who's a real threat to Liv's championship. Someone who could realistically dethrone her as the women's world champion. The only problem is, well, Rhea Ripley's back. She's back on television, obviously during War Games, coming out of the November 18th episode of Monday Night Raw. So now we have a dilemma, and it's a pretty big one because you have Io Sky, number one contender. Well, she's not going to get that title match at Survivor Series War Games, and they're probably not going to do it on Monday Night Raw. You also have Rhea Ripley, who is still in line for her trilogy bout. Right, because she technically beat Liv at Bad Blood via DQ. Okay, they're 1v1. And most likely, we are going to get the trilogy bout where Rhea goes over Liv Morgan. So you got to book Io, and you got to book Rhea and Liv. Can they get to WrestleMania, Liv and Rhea? Probably not. That storyline probably doesn't have enough legs. That's fine. But you still got to do Io. You still got to get Io her women's world title shot. I'm going to assume that Io gets the title shot before Rhea. So when do you do that match? That's a dilemma. I'm going to assume Saturday night's main event, December 14th, NBC, big deal, big time, big moment, right? Because you don't have the Royal Rumble until February. Now you could delay that match and wait till the Royal Rumble and do Io versus Liv then. And then I guess you could do Liv and Rhea and have Raquel and Rhea kind of mix it up during then. That's all hearsay. That's all speculation. The problem is you have two title contenders and you don't have that many PLEs coming up. This is a problem. It also is kind of ridiculous in the grand scheme of things. So you go, hey, Rhea's going to be out for a while. We're going to do this parking lot attack where she's bleeding. She got hit with baseball bats. It's a bad deal. So we're going to have Io Sky become the number one contender. Oh, by the way, we're going to bring back Rhea really early. She hasn't been off television that long. And oh, by the way, instead of building up Io Sky versus Liv Morgan, a legit match between two legit stars, which fans will be intrigued by, because you don't know whether or not, Liv is going to retain that championship over Io Sky. We're going to rush through it. We're going to rush through this match. We're going to rush through this feud. We're not really going to build it up that much just because we have to get to Liv and Rhea. Unless some weird thing happened where one day Rhea wasn't cleared, the next day she was. and they just came up with these plans. This is absolutely ridiculous. Because if you knew you were going to get Rhea back early, why wouldn't you just save Io? Right? Because you already had Liv and Raquel. They did the match with Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair for the women's tag team titles. Just save Io for a WrestleMania or pick a PLE after you do Liv and Rhea. It's not like you panicked and you needed something for Liv right this second because they already had that with Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, right? She planted the seeds of potential split between Jade and Bianca, and then they did the match on Raw the next week. And it's like, are we hot-shotting here? It's November on an episode of Raw going up against Monday Night Football. What are we doing? That's not going to pop a number because there's no time to build it. In fact, they set up the match on WWE Raw exclusive. It's on social media. Not on your weekly USA program that draws in, 1.5 million viewers every week. Okay. So, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if Triple H is just not thinking clearly, but what are we doing? What are we doing? If you want to have Io challenge for the title, you could do it against Liv, you could do it against Rhea, but she won a battle royale, right? She won a battle royale. Why not build her up a little bit more? Okay, so let's say she won the battle royale. You can still build her up as a worthy challenger. You can have her win matches on television because they haven't done much with her. I've previously talked about how WWE had a very bad problem with its women's division, especially on Monday Night Raw, but just overall in general, where they have all this talent, yet they're not using a lot of them in prominent spots, right? I'm hoping that this new U.S. championship for them that appears to be split across Raw and SmackDown will be used in the right way, where it gives talent something to do. It gives talent a championship to go after. But I don't know. And you don't know. Either way, it shows that there is a serious loophole. There's a serious issue when it comes to WWE's booking of its women's division right now, especially on Monday Night Raw. It's something that they have to fix because once they get through Io and Liv, and once they get through Liv and Rhea, they're going to need to build someone up. They're going to have to build up someone to go after Rhea or Liv or whoever is the women's world champion. If they don't, that's going to be a problem. That's something in which they're going to have to address. And right now, they're not ready to address it, and I don't have a clear-cut answer for you in terms of who could be the next top contender.